What's poppin', everybody? It is Casey the Chosen One. Welcome to my channel if it is your first time. And I got a banger for y'all today. But before we start today's hip hop lesson, I want to put something out there real quick. A few days ago, I came across this tweet saying how academics is fueling a false divide in hip hop, and I agreed. I shot this tweet out saying that I personally demoted him and snatched his hip hop chain because he does not deserve his spot in the culture. This whole situation stems from him getting my next couple of tweets deleted. Why, I don't know, but y'all should ask him. I honestly don't care to mention him after this, but all I'm going to say is, one, do your research on him. Ladies, y'all might throw up if y'all seen what I seen. And second, we represent the culture over here correctly, so don't expect nothing but musical content from my channel. And shout out to Elon for keeping it gangsta and keeping the free speech game alive. You know I respect the integrity. Keeping X great just how we like it. Lastly, I apologize on behalf of hip hop sincerely for not arriving sooner, and y'all have my word that I will make this next era the new golden era in hip hop. Now let's get to the good stuff. In that same video, I briefly mentioned the Drake and Kendrick beef and how it sucks that they may never work together again. I think their beef did more bad to hip hop than it did good, and it also both hurt their legacies long term by both of them having giant holes in their disses. So I've decided to start from the ground up. I want the fans to know Drake is really hip hop. Obviously he's one of, if not the biggest hip hop artist in the world right now, but I don't like what the beef did to their images in general. It put too much pressure on everyone to perform and compete with one another. So I want to take it all the way back to what made us love Drake in the first place and take an honest look at his very first 3 mixtapes. 2008 was the year for me, y'all. My first song I heard from him was through my cousin's MySpace profile, and it was Give Ya featuring Trey Songz off of the Comeback Season mixtape. That song started playing and it's like the energy just flowed from my ears straight to my feet. It made me walk straight to the computer to check out what I'm listening to. Like, yo, what is this, bro? Yeah, it was up after that. Type in the comments if you guys remember your first time hearing Drake, if you're a real Drake fan, and let's kick this up with his first project ever, Room for Improvement. This mixtape is an absolute throwback gem. I might have found it around 2010, 2011, and I'm not going to get extra sentimental or gas this project, but I love this project. Yeah, I thought I was going to say that it wasn't it. Hell nah, man. This is a very solid introduction to what we would come to expect from Drake. Starting with the intro, not the skit, the real intro, which is called Special featuring Voice. Here he paints the picture of him navigating through different relationships with women, and it's about as Drake as it can get. Super smooth, especially with Voice supporting the hook. Wasn't my favorite as a kid, but my opinion has completely changed, and I'm really feeling this one, y'all, just like all of his intros. So let's give a collective salute to Drake, because he makes the best intro tracks of all time, and y'all can challenge me on that, man. I'm always up for a hip hop debate. This gets better with every listen, and is easily my favorite song in this project today. Now, I don't want to stay on Room for Improvement too long, but I'll give y'all a few more of my favorite joints. This one I think everyone will like, and that is Come Winter. Gotta be the most timeless song on here, and if you're a little older, I guarantee this will bring you back to the simpler times of back then. 2009 to be specific. City is Mine, About the Game, Try Harder, these are also amongst my recommendations. Y'all know I tells no lies, so I don't want y'all to come into this mixtape expecting prime Drake. Most of these songs on this album stay true to the vibe of back then, especially if you're a beats first, bars later type of person. To the youth, consider this. You make music, you're nameless in the industry. How would you want the red carpet rolled out for your introduction to the game? I wholeheartedly believe that this was his mentality throughout the creative process, and he answers that question by allowing us into his inner world and showing us his vulnerabilities in real time. This project allowed him to establish his footing and confidence as an artist, which leads us to his next mixtape, my favorite mixtape of his, Comeback Season. Straight off the back, I will mince no words on this one. This is a hard 9 out of 10 project, and every track on it still sticks to this day. I wouldn't feel right highlighting any one song out of this to recommend, so instead I'll genuinely say every single song is worth a listen. If you've never heard this, treat this as a special listen for real. Everybody has their rituals as soon as they get home, so when you get that downtime, dedicate those moments to listen to this and do nothing else. This project speaks for itself as far as the effort put forth, and Drake found his true flow state, leaning heavily into the tone of the beats and projecting full confidence in his abilities. I also want to mention my dog Elzai and bring back my Drake is really rap point full circle. If y'all like that song that I shared on my X page, Talking in My Sleep by Elzai, check that out if you ain't heard. Know that Drake actually planned to feature him on the song Think Good Thoughts, and per Drake's own words, he ain't want to make Ninth Wonder mad because the beat wasn't paid for yet when the mixtape was dropped. The full version of that song with Elzai's verse you can find on YouTube if you're interested. Love this project, and I know y'all will too, so I'm gonna leave it right here. Now, last but not least, we have So Far Gone. Now, this one, for the time that it was released, felt like his actual debut album. I'm personally gonna give this one an 8 out of 10, but make no mistake, Drake took this project real serious. Singing, trading classic verses with Lil Wayne on Ignorant-ish. This album is actually kind of a trippy listen if you catch the right vibe, starting off with Lust for Life. I think of escapism when I hear this beat, and that's a good word to describe the vibe on some of these songs like Houston, Atlanta, Vegas, A Night Off, and Sooner or Later. Perfect late night songs that you could truly lose yourself in, especially in the dark. He gets real deep on some of these tracks too, like my favorite track on here, The Calm. I very clearly remember this being the first song on the project that I fell in love with, and it has a heavy, almost mystical vibe that keeps you locked in while he vents. This is a perfect song and maybe my favorite song of his that he has ever dropped. Same vibe on the song Successful, that beat is another trip. I realized while writing this that Drake actually came out the gates as the best rapper / singer, and that's what kind of piqued hip hop's interest and gave him the stamp of approval from everybody. So that is my mixtape Drake review, and I think the new generation of hip hop will find great value in all of his old music, not just the mixtapes. Don't let the vintageness fool you, y'all. It is an entire world of music at your fingertips, and this is honestly a very basic hip hop deep dive for me. As far as those expectations we had, well, Drake absolutely fulfilled those and gave us culture shifting albums. The Drake stimulus has become one of hip hop's best inside jokes, basically referring to how many artists got put on by a Drake feature. In truth, there is nothing left for him to prove to us through music, and that begs the question that I must ask to the culture, fans and artists included, but where do we go from here? I see all the talk about botting and inflated numbers, and truth be told, none of that matters if the music isn't fire anyways. So I'll say it again, Drake is really hip hop, and the music will speak for itself. And if I could tell Drake and all the artists anything right now, it would probably be to just forget about us and just make the music that y'all want to make. Maybe it's the desire everybody has to be number one that has true hip hop culture feeling stagnant right now. Anyway, that's just my thoughts, and I hope y'all enjoyed my video. Shout out to Drake. I'm excited as hell for Iceman to drop, but no pressure. Thank you if you made it to the end of the video, and I will see y'all again soon. Peace and love.